Hi, everyone. I am here today to talk to you all about internet safety. Okay. There are a few new terms that we're going to talk about, but internet safety just means being safe on the internet. So that means being safe when you're on a computer, on a phone, on your video games that are connected to an internet. It just means being safe in the virtual world. Okay. So the virtual world is kind of what we're in right now. It is the world through the internet. So anytime that we're connected to Wi-Fi, meaning the internet, we are kind of in this virtual world. We're still ourselves. We still have a lot of the same rules. But instead of being in person, we are being ourselves virtually, which means through the computer or through video. So we're going to talk a little bit about what that means. I want to introduce this term to you called digital citizenship. So I want you to think about what that means. What is digital citizenship? Okay. So we are all citizens. We are all people of the United States. We are all people of the world. And digital means online. Anything that's digital through a computer, through the TV. So your digital citizenship is how you live in a virtual world. So citizenship is just kind of how we live in the world, how we exist in the world. Digital citizenship is how we exist online. Okay? So it's really important to know that a lot of the same rules apply when we are online to when we are in person, like respect of others, like not allowing yourself to be unsafe on the internet, just like you wouldn't allow yourself to be unsafe in person. Um, Honesty applies online, kindness applies online. So, digital citizenship is important to talk about because we have a reputation online, just like we have a reputation in person. So, a reputation is how people view us. I know I'm throwing a lot of terms out at you, but we'll talk about this hopefully again. Your reputation is how people see you. So people might see you as a kind person. I hope people see me as a kind, trustworthy person. People could see you as a sporty person, a bookish person, someone who does really good athletically or really good academically. They could see you as someone who is just really trustworthy and honest and a good friend. And then on the other side of that, someone could have a reputation as being like mean. They could have a reputation as being dishonest and not trustworthy. So your reputation is the things that you do affect how people see you. So when you're in person, the things that you do affect how your friends and family see you and your teachers. The same thing is online. What you do online affects how people see you online in the virtual community. Okay. So I'm going to show you a poster here. I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to go over a few things about internet safety. And then I also have a little quiz that we are going to take together. And I have an extra video that I'll be sharing with your teachers that they could play after this too. So it's just 3 different ways to really get the information to you. A lot of students in elementary school are getting new technology right now. So computers that you use more often, tablets. If we go remote learning ever, you're on the internet more. So that's why we're talking about internet safety, because it's something that is coming up more and more because you're using the internet more and more. Alrighty, so let me share my screen with you. All right, there's the quiz. Here we go. So this says be smart on the internet, and it is the word smart, and it goes over different points that we need to know about. So the first one is S for safe. It's keep safe by being careful not to give out personal information when chatting or posting online. Personal information includes your email address, phone number, and password. Okay. So in order to be safe online on the internet, you should not give out personal information to anyone, even when they ask, Where are you going to be later? You shouldn't tell them, I'm going to be at my favorite pizza place. You shouldn't give out your email address, phone number, address, where you live. No personal information should be given to someone unless you 100% know who they are. All right, the next one is M for meeting. Meeting someone you have been only in touch with online can be dangerous. Only do so when your parents or caregivers permission, and even then, only when they can be present. Remember, online friends are still strangers, even if you have been talking to them for a long time. Okay, so M stands for meeting because you should never meet anyone that you only know from the internet. Okay, people can pretend to be whoever they want to be on the internet. People can deceive others on the internet because they're not face to face and there's more things to hide behind. So you should never, ever, ever meet up with someone that you met on the internet, no matter what. If you absolutely have to, because you believe that they're someone that you know, then you should also have an adult present. Okay. A is for accepting. Accepting emails, IM messages, or opening files, pictures, or texts from people you don't know or trust can lead to problems. They could contain viruses or nasty messages. So, if you get an email, you should always know who it's from. You should recognize the email address. If you don't recognize the email address, you should not open links that come in a file. Okay. So if you got a text from some random number and you didn't know who it was, you shouldn't be opening any files or links that you're sent. Okay. They can have viruses, they can have inappropriate messages, things that are very mean. And the same goes for any kind of messaging online. You should never open any kind of file or picture or text from an email address or phone number that you don't know. All right. The R is for reliable. Someone online might lie about who they are, and information on the internet may not be true. Always check information with other websites, books, or someone who knows. Okay, so this goes back to what I said about people can deceive, people can kind of trick on the internet because they're hiding behind the internet. They're not face to face with you. They don't have as much responsibility, or at least they think they don't. So they might be dishonest. People can tell you whatever you want to hear to get you to trust them. So people might not be truthful on the internet about who they are, what they want from you. So you have to remember that not everything on the internet might be true. And it's good to check the information, ask someone about it. Maybe you can research it in a book or on a different website. And last, the T stands for tell. Tell your parent, caregiver, or trusted adult if someone or something makes you feel uncomfortable or worried, or if you know someone who is being bullied online. Okay, so someone who's being bullied online, that is a term called cyberbullying. People could be sending them nasty, mean messages, pictures, posting embarrassing things about them, threatening. That's called cyberbullying, and you should report that right away. Here it says to report it online at this website. This is not the website that we in the United States and Colorado report to. It's actually called Safe to Tell. So I'm going to click on this link here. It's safetotell.org. And if you go to safetotell.org, or if you just Google Safe to Tell, it's going to bring you to this website. You can click on students. And it gives you a lot of different ways to report information. You can call a phone number here, and it'll actually put you on the line with someone like a counselor, someone that is trained to listen and know what to do for unsafe situations. There's an anonymous web report, so you can go to submit a tip button, and it actually is anonymous. So it's submit an anonymous tip, which means they won't know who is submitting it. And you can type in your school, and then you can type what happened here. And there's a lot of other information you can put in, and you submit it, and then people will look into that. Okay. So safetotell.org. There's also an app here. So you could have the app if you needed to. You could have the phone number. You could submit it through this website. You could ask a trusted adult to do it for you, but this is a way that you can report unsafe things on the internet and cyberbullying. Okay. All right. So the last thing I'm going to show you is a little quiz. So we'll take this quiz together, and it is an online safety quiz. We will click begin. The first question is, I'm online and I meet someone my age in a chat room. It is okay to give him or her my address or phone number so we can get together. Do you think so? Would it be unsafe or safe to give someone your address and phone number who you don't know that you only met online? I'm going to go ahead and say no. It says you are correct. You should never give out your name or address to anyone you meet online. The next one, I have a digital picture of myself and someone I met online wants to see it. Is it okay to send it to that person? So this means sending a picture of yourself that you have on the internet to someone that you don't know. You might think you know them. Maybe they say they're the same age as you. Maybe they say that they're going to send you a picture back. Is it okay to send it to that person? Definitely not. It says you should never send a picture of yourself to someone you met online without first checking with your parent or adult that you live with. Question 3, I'm visiting a site from a company or organization that I've heard of. They want my name and phone number so I can enter a contest. Is it okay to enter? Well, what do you guys think? If you're just visiting a random website that you've never heard of and someone asks for your name and phone number, they're probably trying to get information because people can get information about you to be able to use it for things like taking over someone's identity or selling that information to other people, things like that, that we'll talk about more probably as time goes on, because that has a lot more to do with internet theft and identity theft. But if someone is asking for your name and phone number and you don't know who they are and it says to enter it for a contest, you should not do that. No. If a company wants to collect information from children, even to enter you in a contest, they must get your parents' permission first. It's not only to protect your safety, but your privacy too. So your phone number and your address aren't just floating out there in the internet. All right, next question. I'm in the middle of a chat session and someone says something really mean. Should I, 1, say something mean back, 2, ask them to apologize, or 3, don't respond, tell an adult if it bothers me? I'm going to go with don't respond. Right. You should never respond to any messages that are mean or in any way make you feel uncomfortable. It's not your fault if you get a message like that, but if you do, tell an adult right away. Question 5. My parents and I have rules as to what I can do on the internet when I'm home, but I'm at a friend's house. Should I go by my parents' rules or do whatever my friend does? 1, go by your parents' rules. 2, do whatever your friend does. I'm going to say 1, go by your parents' rules, and that is correct. Wherever you are, you should go by your parents' rules. There may be additional rules based on where you are. For example, if you're at a friend's house, they might have extra rules for your friend, and you'll have to go by those too. When you're at school or at the library, you should go by the rules there. But you should always talk with an adult that you live with to know what is best. All right, this might be the last question. Let's see. I'm online and I get a message from my internet service provider asking for my password. They say they need it to fix my account. Should I give it to them? Again, we're not giving our password to anyone. That's personal information. We are not sharing passwords with anyone. You should not give out your password, even to your best friend. The only person that should have your password is an adult that you live with. Most internet services will never ask you for your password, and sometimes people will pretend that they work for an internet service just to get your password. Question 7, final question. I met someone in a chat room who wants to get together. They live nearby. Can I arrange a meeting? I think you guys know the answer to this. Definitely not. It's very important that you never agree to get together with someone you meet online without checking with an adult first. Okay? All right, so that is the end of our quiz. I'm going to stop sharing it. Okay. And the last thing that I want to tell you guys about for now, we will talk about this again. And if you have questions, you can even write them down on a piece of paper or put them in the box outside of my room, and I will make sure that I answer them. But the last thing that I really, really want to make sure that you understand is that nothing on the internet is ever private. Nothing you post on the internet is private. Okay. If you post a picture on the internet, even if you think it's private, other people can take a screenshot of it, like on Snapchat. If you think the video goes away, people can take a screenshot of it. They can save it, they can send it, do whatever they want with it. If you post something on the internet, there's always a trail. So, what that means is in the digital world, there is a trail that allows people to find pictures and things that you post on the internet years and years later. If I were to go look online at myself and maybe search my own name or look at things that were posted years and years ago from when I was in college and in high school, I would still be able to find things from then because things on the internet, it's like this endless library where it's very, very hard and most likely impossible to ever get something off the internet once it's there. So even if you think that something is being posted privately, we cannot control what other people do with it. So if you're posting something on social media or you're sending a picture or you're writing an email, that can always be taken and then shared by someone else. We can't control what they do with it. So it's better to just have never shared those things at all because once you put it out there, you can never put it back. Okay? Once it's on the internet, it's on the internet. And the last thing is that when you are using a school device, so when you're using a computer at the school, in one of our computer labs or the library or in your classroom, we have actually an alert system on our internet that anytime someone searches a certain word or even sends a certain emoji, like if someone sent a weapon emoji, a picture of a weapon, it would alert us. If someone wrote like certain words in there that were violent or unsafe, it would alert us. If someone searched something inappropriate, it would alert us. So, what that means is whenever someone is using a school device, computer, tablet, anything like that, it is definitely never private because not only can people who you're sending it to reshare it, but people at the school, like myself and your teachers and the principal, are getting alerts about what you're doing on the internet. So when you're using someone else's technology and someone else's wireless internet and signing into someone else's Wi Fi, it is definitely not private. Okay. So I want you to know that those devices, the things that you use at school, do have things on them that monitor your safety. And most likely the things that you have at home do too. All right. Even if it's at school or at home, once something's posted on the internet, it's not private. Okay. So I wish that we had some more time to talk about this, but I think that for now, this is all we will share. And just remember to pause and think about something. If it doesn't feel right, pause and stop, think about it. Okay. I will be with you very soon to see you in person, I hope. And I'm going to go ahead and share another video with your teachers if they would like to play that one as well. Alrighty, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.